We installed Nextcloud 3 NC3. With Docker Compose, and it worked. And we also fixed some issues that were displayed on the dashboard here. Not on the dashboard, but on administration settings. So we also fixed some of these issues. And now let's see how to maintain this Nextcloud installation. And first of all, we will do the backup. And let me copy the backup script from here. Actually, this script is created at the home directory. So I have to go to the home directory to look at the script. NC3. And let us look what is inside. Actually, it is a very basic, very simple. We define first of all this variable OCC for running the command php OCC inside the container. So the command that is being executed inside the container is php OCC, but it is being executed as user www.data. This is the name of the service. It is called app in the Docker Compose, in the compose.yaml file. The name of the service is app. So this is Docker Compose exec into the container of the service app. Execute this command. But we are also adding this option so that whenever we try this script, so this command Docker Compose exec usually have to be executed from the directory of the Docker Compose project. So from this directory, we first have to go to this directory and then execute Docker Compose exec inside this directory. But if we are somewhere else, if we are outside this directory, we can add this option, project directory, and the path of the directory to the command Docker Compose, so that it executes this command into the directory of this project. And now we use this OCC to run this command maintenance mode on, enable maintenance mode, and then make a backup of the directory NC3. But this star command is running in the directory var compose. So this means change directory. Before making the archive, go to this directory, and then include into the archive the directory NC3. This is the name of the archive. This is the home directory, and then the extension .tgz, and then we are running the command date here to generate a timestamp for this archive. This is year, month, and day. And the command tar is taking this argument cfz, which is kind of archaic, because the command tar is an old one, and for historical reasons it used such arguments before. But now if we want to do it in a better way, then we should write it like this. So here we have three options. This option means create, tar create, the subcommand or the command create. It is creating an archive. This option means zip, compress it, compressed archive, and this F means the file where the archive will be stored. And this option expects a name of the file, a path. After this option comes the name of the archive. But of course we can write it in the concise format, like this. After making this archive, we disable maintenance mode off. And let's try to make this backup. And this is the name of the archive, which includes the timestamp, year, and then month, and then day. Now, why it is enough to make an archive of this directory for the backup? Because here we have the content of the database. So the data are included in this backup, and we also have the application files of Nextcloud. So in this archive we also include the application files, and it also includes this configuration file compose.yaml and this .env file. This is included in the archive as well, and also these other scripts. So everything that is needed is included. We just make an archive of this directory, and we have everything that is needed to restore this this application. Here is the archive file of the backup. Now, if we want to test the restore, we have to remove the application first, or to delete it. So let's stop and remove the containers first. Docker compose down, and then go one directory above, and we are going to remove this directory. Now let's try to refresh. It is unreachable because we destroyed the application. And now the restore. So this is the archive file, and I'm in the directory var compose. Let me extract this archive file. Extract. It is compressed, so it should be uncompressed, and this is the file that contains the archive. it has recreated this directory. Which contains the database data and the application files. Now, what do we do to start the project? Just docker so now the project is back, but before making the backup, we enabled maintenance mode. So the copy of the Nextcloud that is included in the backup has the maintenance mode enabled. So we have to disable the maintenance mode after restoring it. So how do we do it? We have this OCC script here that we can run OCC commands. It is enabled, and now it is disabled. And the website is back. Now let's see how to update this application. Let's create this script. So first we make sure that we are in the directory of the Nextcloud application, and then this Docker Compose pool is updating the images. So we are using this image for the database, and also this image for the Nextcloud. And this Docker Compose pool is pulling the latest version of the images from Docker Hub. So we make sure that we have the latest version of images, and then this Docker Compose app-d restarts the project. So it will rebuild the containers and will restart them, but using the latest version of the images, if there are some latest versions, if there were downloaded some latest versions. So this part makes sure that we update the image of the containers that compose this project. And then we also update Nextcloud application itself in case that it needs some updates. But first we stop the reverse proxy nginx so that no requests go to the application while we are doing the update. And then we run the command OCC update, OCC application update. This updates all the applications of Nextcloud or all the plugins, and also run these commands db add missing indices, convert file cache, etc. And finally we start the reverse proxy nginx. So let us try this update. And it was finished. and I think there was nothing to be updated. This is the latest version. We just installed it a couple of days ago. So it is still the same version. Now, some other maintenance commands about Docker Compose are that we can watch the statistics about Docker Compose projects. Statistics. And it is displaying the different containers. Actually, they are the containers of this project. Four containers of this project, and how much CPU each of them is using, and how much memory they are using, etc. Network communication, etc. And there is a similar command for Docker containers. So that one was Docker Compose stats. This is Docker stats, Docker statistics. So it shows for some statistics about all the Docker containers. Control C to interrupt it. And also another important maintenance command is that time after time we have to clean up. For example, we updated the images, Docker Compose pool, which pulled the latest version of the images. After building the new service, the old images should be removed to clean up some space. And we can do this with Docker image prune. But let us see first a list of images. And to clean up old images, we can use this command Docker image prune. It is deleting or removing some unused images, and it has claimed some space, reclaimed. And there is another command for cleanup, Docker system prune. This is also removing the containers that are not started, or networks that are not being used, etc. So it will remove all stopped containers, all networks not being used, all dangling images, unused build cache. So this command also includes this one. So if we just run this, but this is it will make a better cleanup of the system. Now practically we are finished with this part of the course with Docker Compose, but let's see also another example, which is uh, instructive. So we can learn some new things by doing this example. So if we look at the configuration of at the compose.yaml for this Nextcloud project, we see that it is using Postgres Alpine, but it is the latest one. It is Postgres 18. Let's say that for some reason we want to switch back to Postgres 17 or Postgres 16, a previous version of Postgres. Now, we can try to stop the project and then change the image to Postgres 18, for example. Or let's see what are the tags available at the Docker Hub. So this is the Postgres official image, and the tags that are available for this image. Well, the versions of this image we can use. So the latest is 18 or also 18.3. But we are using Alpine. Where is Alpine? This one here. So actually all these tags are for the same image. So Postgres Alpine is actually Postgres 18.3 minus Alpine. So it is actually Postgres 18. So let's say that we want to use Postgres 17. And we can use this tag, for example, 17 Alpine. So I will try to modify this. And we will see what happens. And, but let me stop the project first and then do this modification. Image 17 Alpine, which is a previous image, a previous version of Postgres. The latest one is 18. And now let me try to start the project again. Or I can start only this service, the service DB. Let me try to start this service only. App DB. So I'm starting only this service. Now it is downloading this image 17 for the version 17. And we see database system is shut down, server down, ready for startup. Oh, okay. It says ready to accept connections. So let me we have to start the whole project. So So there is some error. Actually, one problem can be this one, because the path might be different in the new image, in the previous image. So I'm getting a shell into the container of this service in order to do some debugging. It is varly PostgreSQL. And actually, the previous version is storing the content of the database into this directory, data. Not in. So this is the content of the previous database, but we are not using that one. It has generated a new content. So this database does not have the tables of Nextcloud, initialization of Nextcloud, and the data of Nextcloud. This is a fresh database. So let's stop the project. And modify this path here. And let's try again. So it is detecting that there is some data from a previous initialization, and it is not initializing the database again. It is using the existing content. But now there is something else here. We see a fatal error. Configuration file. This configuration file contains errors. Why it thinks that it contains errors? Because this configuration file was created by version 18, and version 17 does not recognize maybe something from version 18. If we try to upgrade from version 17 to version 18, maybe it would work, because Postgres 18 probably knows what was used by Postgres 17, and it can maybe do some automatic upgrade or something like this. But if we try to switch back from the data is generated and the tables were generated by Postgres 18, and we are trying to use this data with Postgres 17, probably it will not recognize some formatting or something. So let's try again. So we have some problem, and it is not going to work. So what can we do in this case? let's stop the project. And then I'm going to switch again to the Postgres 18, to the latest version. So this is the latest version of Postgres 18, and with this version, it should work with those data. And let me switch. I think it was like this. And let me try to start it again. And now it works. The site is back. Because those data, the version of were generated by the same version of Postgres that is running right now. Postgres 18, so everything is fine. And now I can do a backup of the content of the database. And let me do it with, or let me copy actually the command from here, because it is a long command. So I'm running the command pgdump, which is used to make a backup of the Postgres database, of the content of the Postgres database. And I'm running this command into the container of the service DB, running it as user Postgres. So with this command pgdump, I will try to make a backup of the content of the database. So I'm calling this alias here, pgdump, and I'm using some options for making the backup. This is the database that will be dumped or backed up, and this command will send the output to the standard output, and I'm redirecting it to a file, to the file nc3 db.sql. It says role Postgres does not exist. Let me try with this one. I'm not sure. I'm going to ask Gemini about this error. So it is suggesting that I should try this option.
And Gemini said capital U.
Yeah, but that is another. Okay, let me look at the help of this PG dump as well. Because I suspect that that capital U might be an option of this command, not. Yes, it is an option of the command pgdump. Connect as specified database user. But actually, we should not follow that advice because we are using another user. We are using this user, NC3 user. So I should use capital U NC3 user. So let me test it. I think it worked this time. So we are specifying the user that can access this database or something like this. Let me look at the content of this. Yes, this seems correct. So we have the backup of the database here. And now that we have the backup of the database, what should we do? We can install from scratch Nextcloud, and then we can restore the content of the database from this database backup. So let me stop the project. And now that I stopped the project, I'm going to remove this directory, which contains the content of the databases. And then I'm going to modify this configuration file so that it uses the it uses the old version of Postgres. So let me remove this DB. And go back to the configuration file here and change the version of Postgres. And also the mounting directory is for the old version is this one. Save. And now I'm going to start only the database service. Docker compose app db. So because I removed the directory db, now it is generating, it is instantiating, so it is initializing the database from scratch. There is no existing content, it is initializing the database from scratch. And it says database system is ready to accept connections. And I can press this D to detach from the logs. And it is running on the background. I just detached from the logs and I can continue giving some commands. And I have a backup of the database into this file. So I can restore this content of the database into the database that is running now. And I can do it with the command psql. Let me create another alias for the command psql. Psql here. And now I can send the command, the content of this file through the pipe to the command psql with the option D nc3db. So it is going to work on this database. This is the database where this script is going to run. So this is like a script, and it is running the commands on this script one by one. And these commands or these queries are being executed into this database. Docker compose exec help. maybe I can try to add this option minus t to the command psql. So alias docker compose exec. Let me try this. Now it is working. And I think we have restored the database. And now that we have restored the database, we can start the whole project, the other containers as well. And let me check whether the site is working. Let me try to ask Gemini again. So maybe we have to make some manual modification of the database. We can try this, and if it doesn't work, then we can just accept the failure and stop here. Okay. But actually, we don't have a user OCC admin. We are using the user NC3 DB. So let me try with this PSQL, which will give me a shell into the database. Database NC3 user does not exist. If I try to restore without that user, okay, at this point I don't know how to fix it, so we can just accept that we failed, but hopefully we learned something. For example, how to make a backup of the content of a database, etc. So I think we can stop here for today.